What is up, family? Welcome into another edition of Make Every Second Count Live, Season 10, Episode 16. What? That's just crazy to me. But so I have decided that I am going to start this off a little different tonight. So I hope this works out. If not, I can always change it again. So I am going to start by playing this song because I love this song. It's amazing. AI made it for me, and it's a perfect theme for this show. So I would like to welcome everybody again to Make Every Second Count Live with me. And my name is Jeff Marconette Jr. And I am going to be doing something different tonight. So I do not have a guest tonight. And I hope that is okay because that's what I'm doing. But I, if you give me just a second here, I need to um make sure my phone is muted and then I can go and go to the video and long is I am live and I want to invite a few people because they're not on here yet, but I will figure it out. And I hope you guys have had a great week. Hey Ben Burst, it's good to see you, man. But yeah, I hope you guys have all had a great week and you are enjoying and everything that way. Yes, I'm glad you like the song Ben Burst. I happen to like it too. I'm just kind of playing it for a minute here as I invite a few people and stick it in a few groups. But we are going to get started here in a few minutes, and we are going to be going over the 5 key principles to make every second count, and we are also going to be adding a few more tonight because I want to develop this mindset, this philosophy into more of a philosophy, and yeah, it needs more than 5 points. So, alright. So, I will mute the song and I will. Alright, let's see here. We muted this and then. Alright, so when I was 17, I was involved in a serious car accident. I spent 2.5 months in a coma and 3.5 in the hospital. They told me I wouldn't walk again, but I do, and I do it every day, and I'm so proud of myself for that. So I just wanted to pat myself there on the back there for a minute. But so from that accident, I suffered a traumatic brain injury, a broken neck, a fractured jaw, 2 broken ribs, a punctured lung, and a ruptured spleen. All right. So my thing is this. I know that not everybody out there has gone through the same thing that I've gone through. Many people have been in a car wreck, but the car wrecks aren't as bad as what I was in. I spent 2.5 months in a coma after all, and I'm still in rehab even now, 24 years later. But I want to tell you something. Everyone goes through something in life. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be something devastating, something extremely dramatic to create that change. Because you see, when I went through what I went through, it created the person who is here today. The person that sits in front of this screen every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. for 10 seasons already. And I am so, so, so proud of everything that I have done up until this point. And I don't foresee myself stopping anytime soon. Now, I say that not to brag on myself. I say that to show you guys that I have been through stuff and I have come back stronger. And if I can do it, I know you can do it. So, in fact, you have survived everything that you've been through. In fact, you have never been through anything that you didn't live through. I understand pain is a part of life and it's often inevitable. But how you use that pain is what matters. So are you just going to take that pain and let it be a pain in your rear, or are you actually going to use that pain as fuel? Use that pain as something that is going to get you to the next level in life. You know, we all go through storms. I get that. But storms have two opportunities. And this is up to you. You get to choose. So, are you going to let that storm make you or break you? Think about that. Everything in life is a choice. And we need to focus on what we can control instead of what is not in our control. Look, check this out. So, I talked to a girl today that she recently lost her job. She was in her job for like 10 plus years and they just fired her one day. And that's nuts. Just fired her one day for nothing. But, she had been dreaming about starting her own business, about becoming an entrepreneur. And she finally took the leap when she got fired. And she is successful now. She's happy now. So that, whatever you want to call it, that adversity, I guess, was a blessing in disguise. You see, you can always find something good in the bad, in the negative. There's two sides to it. There's always, it's like the yin yang. There's two sides to everything, positive and a negative. So, yeah, if you focus on the negative, that's what you're going to find. If you focus on the positive, that's what you're going to find. And oftentimes, when you are in the middle of a storm, you're not going to be able to find the positive thing. But after you come out of that storm, which you have to keep going through, you're going to be able to see that thing, that positive that you could learn or pull from that storm. I say often that people grow through things. And if we want to escape something, we have to grow through it and not just go through it. Because if we just go through it, we're bound and determined to repeat that over and over and over again. And that's definitely not good. So after my wreck, I decided that I knew some things about life that people needed to know. I didn't want people to have to go through what I went through to learn what I did. And I wanted to teach people about these things that I learned. So, Ben Bruce, I am the guest today. Yeah. So, I don't have a guest, so I am the guest. But oh well, it's all good. And that's why we're calling tonight's episode Lessons from the Philosophy, because the philosophy of make every second count is the premise for the show. It is the main topic of this show. And I want to highlight that it's actually something that can make your life better, your life to change, and your life to improve. Because I don't want to hold on to these secrets. I want to give these secrets out so you guys can find the happiness and the fulfillment that I found in my life. And I found it after going through what I went through. So I know personally that you can. So I want you to remember that you have never been through anything that you didn't live through. Listen to that. I want you to honestly think about that. You have never been through anything that you haven't lived through. So look at your toughest thing that you have been through. You got that in mind? Now think that you made it through that. So what's going to stop you now? You're more powerful than you know. You just have to keep going. You can't look back on something and regret not going through it. So you might as well go through it. You might as well grow through it. So I've come up with 5 points to help you guys grow through what you are going through. And this is the backbone of the philosophy. So I want you guys to write these down. I want you guys to remember these. I want you to start living by these things because I know personally that they will improve your life and make you find more joy in life by itself. So I'll show. No, I won't. Sorry. So the first one is before my accident, I realized I had all kinds of abilities that I often took for granted. Actually, I took them for granted more often than being grateful for them. You see, I played every sport imaginable. I rode BMX. I skateboarded. I snowboarded. I rollerbladed. I played basketball. I played baseball. I played football. I played soccer. I played indoor hockey. I did pretty much everything that I could get my hands on. But those aren't the abilities I'm talking about. So I'm talking abilities to do things that we all can do. How about the ability to see? How about smell? How about taste? How about hear? How about walk? How about the use of your fingers? The use of your toes? Yes, think about all of those abilities. And if you are appreciative of all those abilities, only happiness can grow out of that. And what's life if you're not happy? So be thankful of what you can do. I talk in schools all the time, and these a lot of these students don't play sports, but I am actually surprised by the number of kids that actually do play sports, but a lot of them don't. And they tell me, I ask them, all right, do you play any video games, any musical instruments, or anything like that? And they tell me yes. And I'm like, those are abilities too. We need to think about all abilities, not just the ones like sports that I'm talking about. How about the ability to draw? The ability to play the guitar, the trumpet, the flute, heck, even piano. How about the ability to coordinate your fingers enough to play video games? How about having the sight to play video games? See, there's so many things that we don't even think about that we need to be thankful for each and every day. Because if we're thankful for all those things, remember, only happiness can grow out of that. So the second one is I always wanted all kinds of things in life, but I wasn't thankful of what I already had. So I grew up in a nice house, nice neighborhood. We had lots of area to go out and play. We had lots of kids in the neighborhood that I could play with. I we had My parents drove nice cars. They had made good money. But I always wanted them to have a nicer house. I always wanted them to make more money so we could be rich. I wanted them to live in a nicer neighborhood with more area to go out and play. I wanted them to have nicer cars with TVs in the back and cell phones all over the place in the front and stuff. That would be pretty cool, I thought. But I wasn't thankful of what I already had. I So if you appreciate what you already have, then you have it all. You have enough right now. You just strive for more. And that is fine. I'm not telling you not to strive for more, not to wish for more things. I am telling you to be thankful of what you already have. Seriously. So, my number 3 is life is a gift, a precious, precious gift that should never be taken for granted because it can be taken away so quick. I was in a class of 6th graders last week, and like I talked to 2 classes of 6th graders, and in both of the classes, one of the little girls had lost their mom. In both classes. That's they're what, like 12 years old, and they've already experienced death in such a profound way as losing your mom. That has to be devastating. I lost my mom in 2016. And I'm so thankful. Not because I lost my mom, but because my last words to my mom and her last words to me were, I love you. And I'm not making that up. I know that seems like something that a person like me would say, but it's really true. And I'm so lucky. So if you have somebody out there that you love, tell them you love them. If you have somebody out there that you appreciate what they do, tell them that. Don't wait. Waiting gets you nowhere. And in fact, it might make you hold on to that forever. So if you have something that you want to say to somebody, say it. Stop waiting. The time is never right. You just say it when you say it. That's when you know that your life is right. Hey, thank you, Ben Bruce. I appreciate you too, man. Wanted to share that. So that's pretty cool. He actually is putting the things that I say into practice. I appreciate that. So my number 4 point is never, ever, ever, ever give up on yourself. You know, I said in the beginning that that you had to focus on what you could control and not to worry about the rest. Well, what you can control is not giving up on yourself. So I have a story for this. Now, people have probably heard this before, and that's all right because it highlights what I want to say so much. So, when I started in out of the coma in the hospital, I was riding in a wheelchair. And they told me, Jeff, this is amazing. You can go ahead and quit therapy now. People live every day in a wheelchair and they're happy. I said, yeah, they might be, but me, I'm not. So I got to walking with walker and then a cane and then unassisted. And at each of those levels, they told me again, Jeff, you can quit therapy anytime now. People live walking this way all the time and they're happy. I said, yeah, they might be, but me, I'm not. I'm going to run. There is nobody in this world that can stop me from running except for me. People can discourage me, and they have. But unless I want to discourage myself, unless I decide that I don't need to run, then there's no stopping me. And that's true in your life too. If there's one thing that you really want to do, who can stop you? What is somebody else going to tell you you can't do it because they tried and it didn't work for them, so it's definitely not going to work for you? Think about that. So you're letting someone else's opinion matter more than your own? You're letting their negativity overrule your positivity? Think about that. Because if I had given up when they told me to when I was riding in a wheelchair, or when they told me to when I was walking with a walker, or when they told me to when I was walking with a cane, or when they're telling me to when I'm walking unassisted, guess what? I would still be where I gave up. Think about that, guys. What is it that you have given up on in your life? Where did that take you? Where did that get you? Think about it. So, my number 5 is I realized I could make every second count. And if I can, this boy that was in a coma 2.5 months, this boy that wasn't supposed to walk, this boy that has been discouraged so many times in life, if I can make every second count, then you definitely can. Look, there's 86,400 seconds in a day. That's a lot of seconds. I get that. But you can make each and every one of them count. How? Remember those first 4 points and those few points that I gave you there in the beginning? That's how. It's called the Make Every Second Count philosophy. And it's here to help you live a better life. You to live a more fulfilled life, a happier life. That's what the Make Every Second Count philosophy is all about. Helping you. Helping you become the best you that you can be. So, guys, I want to say thank you. You have stuck with me over the years, and you've helped me reach season 10 of this show. That's just amazing. But I definitely want to say thank you to everybody out there who's watching. So, hey to Stacy Reynolds. Hey to Robert Brooker. Hey to Ben Bruce of Fame Jr. Thank you, Ben Bruce. I appreciate you. And I want to say that you guys have to do me a favor this week, next week, and for the rest of your life. You have to make every second count. Why? Because you never know when those seconds will run out on your one life. I'll see you guys back here next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where I actually do have another guest. But until then, I want you guys to have a great night, a great week. And as Robert says, thank you, everyone. I'll see you guys later.